Okay. Assalamu alaikum and good evening, everyone. Welcome to SZABIST webinar of today's topic, New Web Technologies. And I'm your host, Dr. Adeel Ansari, Program Manager of the PhD Computing Program at the Computer Science Department at SZABIST Karachi campus. A little bit of introduction about SZABIST. SZABIST started in 1995 with its first campus in Karachi. Last year, we celebrated our silver jubilee year. Today, SZABIST comprises of 6 campuses located in Karachi, Hyderabad, Larkana, Islamabad, Dubai, and Gahro campus, with a current student population of over 12,000. SZABIST has proudly awarded degrees to over 14,500 talented graduates. SZABIST offers 8 different disciplines: management sciences, computer sciences, media sciences, social sciences, mechatronic engineering, education, life sciences, and law. A little bit about myself. I have done my BSc honors in computing from Shepherdshire University, UK, followed with MBA and later with MScs from PFKit, and later I completed my PhD in information technology from University Technology Petronas, Malaysia in 2016. I would like to invite our guest, Sir Asim Riaz, who is the program manager of the Bscs program of third and fourth year in the computer science department at SZABIST. He is an assistant professor here at SZABIST and has done his MScs from SZABIST Karachi campus, and currently he is completing his PhD dissertation work here at SZABIST Computer Sciences. Sir Asim, welcome to our webinar and thank you for giving us your valuable time for this webinar. How are you, sir?
Fine, Dr. Adeel. How are you?
I'm fine too, Alhamdulillah. Sir, it's an honor to have you here with us and to grace us with your presence as well. Okay, let's proceed. Today, dear audience, we will be discussing about new and emerging technologies in the area of web applications development and what trends are ahead later. We will also be entertaining any relevant questions from the audience from the comments section down below. Also, a little bit about SZABIST Computer Science Department. SZABIST Computer Science Department constantly believes in evolving and training the students in its skill sets, which are highly required and needed within the job markets. This particular skill set that we are referring to in this webinar is of web application development that will definitely benefit the students immensely, especially when it comes to seeking a good job relevant to this field at a reputable organization or within the job market. So let's start off with our list of questions. So our first question would be, Sir Asim, how is the present scenario of web application development so far?
Well, today all of us somewhere are dependent on internet. Going deeper, the internet that we browse consists of huge number of websites, web application, and web pages. All of these websites and web applications are somewhere made or designed by people whom we commonly refer as web developer. So, web is a very important part of our daily work and daily routine, especially in this pandemic.
Okay, can you tell us what is web development all about?
The work of developing website and hosting them via internet, broadly referred to as web development. Among a huge number of processes, some of the important ones involve web designing, web content development, scripting, client side or server side, as well as network security configuration. The development hierarchy, we can say development hierarchy includes client side scripting, server side scripting, and database design also.
Okay, great. Okay, we have a question here at the bottom from Ismail Abdul Rahman. So, what skills do we learn in terms of programming language? Okay, sir.
Well, it depends. If you're talking about programming language, initially we give fundamentals in which a student seems to learn basic control structures and control and programming skills. And if you talk about web development, initially we make them learn what is HTML, CSS, and how is the basic infrastructure works for web development. And later on, we have advanced topics regarding the technologies in the final year, so they can learn about that. If you want specific technologies, all current technologies, MERN stack, mean stack, and even open source and Windows applications, we are teaching all of these technologies.
Okay, great. I hope, Ismail, that answers your question. So let's proceed with our next question. Okay, Sir Asim, how is the job scenario within the job market for this kind of skill set?
Uh, as a fresh graduate can get a job in web development with a job title including web designer, web developer, web graphic designer, UI designer. With enhanced work experience, one can seek a senior level job profiles like senior web developer or team lead, senior web designer, as well as software designer also. In most of the companies, people working on web development and designing are designated as a software engineer or a software developer instead of web designer and web developer. Not to confuse these software developers still works on web development technologies.
Okay, our next question is that what kind of job roles and responsibilities will the web developers will be having?
Well, we can name them in three basic areas. The front-end developer, we can say they are UI designers, and then they are back-end developers, architecture-wise, and then we have a new term called full-stack developer, which is a very hot nowadays. Uh, so as a front-end developer, these developers work on building interface, web applications. Skills required for getting job in front-end development includes knowledge designing technologies, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and specifically now the new technologies is React, Angular, and etc. are the major requirement for front-end developers. For a back-end developers, they should know main core languages like JavaScript, Node, ASP.NET, Java. A developer also requires knowledge of frameworks similar to front end. Based on programming languages, frameworks are also different. For example, working with Python as a backend programming language, knowledge of Python-based framework should such as Pyramid, Flask, Django is advantages, or you can say we can go with MERN and mean stack also. As a
Okay.
full stack developer, full stack developer works on both front end and back end. It's a basically a holistic job in which a developer can handle each aspect of the application.
Okay, okay, thank you. Okay, so our next question would be related with that, with these three areas like full stack, back end, and front end. So, what current technologies students can pursue that can develop their skills within this area of web application development?
If you, I can give this answer in a simple word. If you are going for JavaScript, nowadays it is very important to learn JavaScript and know JavaScript technologies. But in detail, we can say web development tool has reached its pinnacle and has been booming from uh, it's currently booming with newer and more efficient tool enabling designer to walk past the traditional methods of web development. The demand for intelligent and brief web pages is on the rise with no precedence required for long boring websites. Another aspect of web development nowadays are its responsive design and interactive nature.
Okay. Okay. So, what developments are happening now, especially like since we're in the era of Web 3.0, which is also termed as the semantic web. So, since Web 2.0 was all about CRUD applications, CRUD was just create, read, update, and delete. So, we're now in this era of semantic web. So, what developments are happening so far these days?
In this time and age of internet, the new emergence of internet of things, these seems to be lesser importance giving a web pages and more towards highly brief interactive piece of content. We are more looking towards web design. Basically, this web designer don't only have desktop browsers to cater all the requirement for mobile devices or any platform related things. With websites becoming more commercialized, there is more focus on the product marketing and handling. This normally make up the world of web development and the online scene of e-commerce. This along with new start uh, this along with new startup and online organization, web development has never been better.
Okay. Okay, that's great. What are the what is the potential for this skill set of web development?
Uh, with the world of web development evolving from static pages to dynamic pages, to know the internet era of responsive web design, the potential of web development is magnanimous as an individual business setup. From e-commerce, current tool has the capacity of pushing the envelope more towards greater factor, including and not restricted to the economy.
Okay. You mentioned before of mobile app development as well. So, since mobile applications, there are huge advancements, and it's also an emerging skill set as well. So, what challenges now web developers are facing with this emerging skill set of mobile app development?
Well, we can say with the scenario demand for apps coming from the mobile app category, it becomes evident that web developer and the team catering the web development needs to make use of more advanced and sophisticated tools and system to get the best out of their website. So, without further we have to cater all the web applications are now shifting towards the mobile apps, and we have to work on the mobile application development.
Okay, I wanted to ask, like these days we have a lot of discussion between students come to me and they talk about MERN stack and mean stack. So if a student comes to you and says, "Okay, sir, which area should I choose? Mean stack, MERN stack, or should I go towards ASP.NET?" So what would you advise them?
Well, nowadays the most important thing is you should go for JavaScript development. Specifically, the requirement currently we have a liaison with the market, and the companies call us for the MERN stack developer or full stack developer, because MERN stack technology is a very important technology. We have two different areas in which we can learn MERN. We can go with the web development in the MERN stack, and we can also uh, go for hybrid development with we can say React Native. With React Native, we can go with hybrid development and develop our web mobile application for all the platforms.
Okay, that's great. Also, 𝗬𝗪IST is like this current year. 𝗬𝗪IST is also teaching MERN stack in one of its course, web technologies. What would you like to say, if, regarding like 𝗬𝗪IST is upgrading itself, following along what are needed in the job market, and easily evolving along with the job market? So,
Yes,
what?
for the couple of for last couple of years, we have introduced new electives like introduction to cloud computing, and similarly to hybrid development, in which we are teaching the same this React Native course, because companies are asking for the developers and the skills related to this area specifically, and we are couple of two new courses, new electives are in the pipeline for specifically in the cloud environment.
Okay, okay, thank you. Okay, so the next question is a new term has been coined in the job market these days, which is termed as progressive web application. Can you share with us about this new technology?
Okay, in short, we can say this PWA. PWA is an application that works as a website with an almost full native mobile app experience. It runs independently of the browser and interact with the customer as a native application. Uh, we have different pros and cons. Let's look into the pros of progressive web development in more detail and see what there are some positive and negative points also. Bring both user to business. Progressive web apps reduce development and support cost. Quicker launch to the market. We have easier distribution, smooth installation. It saves the device power and storage, and basically it is more easy to maintain and update.
So this is technically like the best thing. Like you develop a solution, and that can be available for both mobiles and mobile application platform and web application platform as well.
Well, I would like to add. Recently, I have a couple of days before I have joined Google I/O 2021, in which progressive web apps are the most demanding topic they have discussed.
Okay, that's great. That's great. Okay, so why should we care about progressive web applications? This is a question I've received. Can you
Well,
share with us?
yes. According to the Ericsson research, global mobile data traffic is projected to becoming 4.5x larger and reach a monthly amount of to 226 exabyte into 2026. It means that people will start using their mobile devices more to satisfy different needs. Moreover, by 2026, 5G network will carry 54 of total mobile data traffic that will provide faster and more responsive mobile devices. Although this technology is comparatively new, progressive web development is not rocket science. At the same time, it allows business to stay competitive in the modern market.
So, what about in Pakistan? How is Pakistan's IT industry? Is it like easily going to adapt to PWA development?
Well,
Uh,
Well, we have, if we talk about Pakistan, Pakistan have two requirement in the job market. The first one
okay.
is if you want to cater the local market, then there is not that quick demand of progressive web apps. But if we are working as a freelancer or we are outsourcing, working as an outsourcing software developer, then the demand is high for the progressive web app developer.
Okay, so right now internationally it's more in demand right now.
Yes.
Okay, fine. Next question is, besides e-commerce and management solutions, what is next for web application development?
E-commerce and management solution. Basically, we are shifting in this pandemic. We are shifting toward the cloud. So it all are the information and development and requirement nowadays. After 5 years, we will be shifting on the cloud platform. The next part is we have to work on cloud. We need to develop application and solution for the cloud base.
Okay. Okay. So, what about towards artificial intelligence, like AI assistants and bots these days?
Yes, we can say this. AI is the very most. AI is the very important aspect of the nowadays. It's a very important part. Everything will is using the AI instance. Artificial intelligence assistants and bot can learn, collect data, and solve difficult issues. This domain is considered one of the most influential technology that shape the future of the web development.
Okay.
Uh, Thus, community demand for artificial intelligence enabled communication will become more widespread in 2021. Nowadays, we can see dozens of AI chatbots, virtual assistants like Alexa, Siri, Cortana, and voice bots. as the latest web industry trends. These technologies help business engage and upgrade human interaction. Also, they enhance the digital and customer experiences. Also,
Okay, definitely. So back in the days, web development was all about text data, but now they have moved or shifted towards audio and visual content searches as well. So what do you think?
yes, you are right. Back in the day, information was all about the text, but in 2021, more and more internet users prefer communicating with audio or over using text information. That is why the web uses audio and speech interpretation as one of the most rapidly emerging technologies in the web development. According to the Juniper research, predict that by 2022, 55% of all households in the world will have voice assistants, but it is not confined only to virtual homes assistant such as Google Home, Alexa, and Siri. Recent web development technologies trends stress the importance of voice optimization for websites. Most companies want to ride the wave that will shape the future of the web. That is why they enhance their digital products with the capabilities of voice search. Voice search optimization bring many advantages both to user and business owners also.
Okay. So, especially during the pandemic, a lot of advancements have happened so far with related to technology and remote communication as well. So, so far, like with online education, a lot of institutes have relied significantly over these web platforms available like Google Meet, Zoom, Microsoft Team as well. Microsoft Team is also available as software as well. So, what do you think? What would be next? Will it improve more? Will the development in web education, sorry, web development have more influence in how education is being imparted these days?
Well, 2020 was marked as by the enforced work from home
Yes,
shift due to the spread of COVID-19. That is why cloud applications have expanded even more during this year. And the web,
exactly.
as one of the most rapidly evolving domain, documented our large increase in demand for serverless architecture. The state of the cloud report by lecturer state that 98% of enterprises use at least one public or private cloud. It only proves that cloud architecture is one of the main future trend in web development. Serverless development implies that programmers build uh, and run their web apps without a need to think about servers. In fact, these apps still run on servers, but they are supported by the cloud.
And
This way, the business logic serverless software is executed by the provider.
and the definitely web development has now also shifted from basic hardware to more towards cloud computing as well. I wanted to ask Asim, like besides web development, should the students also focus towards learning, let's say, cloud computing area as well? Will it benefit them as well?
Yes, definitely, it is more crucial and very important for the current graduates and the coming graduates. So we need to learn. We need to have the skills to use cloud, to deploy application for the cloud, know the architecture and infrastructure, how to implement and develop application and solutions on the cloud. This is very important, very important.
Yes, definitely. And just wanted to share with the audience that Sir Asim has been teaching web technologies for many years, and from ASP.NET, he has also taught Mean Stack and Mern Stack as well, and he has extensive knowledge over Linux and Kubernetes containers. I'm sorry, Dockers, right? I might be
Yes,
wrong. So,
yes, it all includes first Docker's, Kubernetes, and now cloud infrastructure. How to deploy your current architecture, web architecture or web software, your web ERP to the cloud infrastructure that involves all the Docker and Kubernetes and the cloud infrastructure.
We would definitely. I am also learning a lot from, benefiting a lot from Sir Asim Riaz as well, from his knowledge as well. Sir Asim, I wanted to ask just a casual question, like what is next, which is intriguing for you from web development? What else is
Well,
also interesting?
well, I believe the integration of artificial intelligence in the web. This is the most important area currently is the requirement. Matlab, currently, all the job requirement and the projects I am looking or working on that is the integration of artificial intelligence in all the. That includes all the previous how we can benefit artificial intelligence with the legacy product also. This is the most very important aspect. People ask, okay, we have pre-built or pre-designed our ERP, but we don't have artificial intelligence in that. How do we use all these things? So we have some latest technologies, and even we have working on a project in which we can use or embed the artificial intelligence with the previous or legacy products or projects.
Any particular technology you can recommend to students who are interested in learning about or incorporating web development with artificial intelligence?
Well, in simple word, everybody knows the bits and pieces of machine learning. You
Yes.
know how to work, or most importantly, we have different tools. We have Python, we have Node.js. All these applications are used to embed or use. They collect data from the cloud, and they process data, and then they provide all the information about the legacy and the current ERP applications. If we start working on specifically Python, machine learning, or in the web development, just like Node.js. Node.js is, people think that Node.js is only a web development. Basically, Node.js is a server side scripting. We can use Node.js to embed artificial intelligence in our current applications also.
Okay. Okay, we have this question from Muhammad Ali Sheikh. What is the mindset to deal with difficult problems in programming?
Stay consistent and focused. Don't lose your
Practice.
country. Definitely practice. Don't lose your hope. Just focus. You need to you must have, again, if you want to pursue in any field, you must have an inspiration in a specific field. If you are not inspired with anybody or with any technology, you can't pursue that thing. It's not just about programming, it's about anything. You need to you must be having an inspiration in self to work in that field, and stay consistent. If you are not if you cannot solve problem, just give it a break, and then with a fresh mind give it a go again, give it a go in that field. You can do everything in this regard.
Uh, Definitely, there is always one thing that if you master one programming language, definitely learning other different platforms become much easier this way as well. Definitely. Okay, so let's proceed. So, sir, during the pandemic, we have now focused, our web application development has now shifted its focus towards a serverless architecture. So, what are your comments about this web application focusing more towards a serverless architecture?
Basically, if you are talking, if we use the word serverless architecture, we have discussed about the mean stack and the MERN stack. The new we have a new buzzword called jam stack. Basically, they don't use a server for processing data. They use different technologies. They already process the information and provide all the information in as a markdown file, and as an application will only read the text data and display on the web pages. So it is very fast and very robust technology.
Definitely, really. Okay, our next question is, requirements have increased. Besides, from the backend progress, the user interface too should be more lively, dynamic, and interactive. So the demand for more interactive user interfaces has been needed for web application development. So what do you suggest?
The web development trend falls within the design of web products. According to the Salesforce report, 84% of customers consider the design of the website as important as the actual product it offers. To the greater extent, web design is not about only fancy pictures. It is about creating intuitive and responsive interface that your user will like to respond. According to the Chartwit research, you have less than 15 seconds to grab the attention of the website reader. So this is a very important aspect of UI designing, which we need to focus if we are working in the field of UI designing.
Definitely. Definitely. Now, during web application, we've also noticed that 70% is more towards art aesthetics, and 30% is more work over the business logic work. So, if your user interface design is not definitely attractive or appealing or easy to understand, so definitely people would have a difficult time navigating your web application. So next question is, clients prefer to have single page applications rather than multitudes of web pages. Uh, your response to this question?
Uh, Basically, it starts when Google has created a first single page application as a Gmail. Single page application remain one of the most important in the current technology trends in web development. It avoids loading separate data from the server and show certain page to the visitor. Instead, a single page application load only markups and data to dynamically render them in a single page. Using this latest website development technology, visitors feel like they're browsing a single page for all their needs, just like if we use Facebook on the web. Among the most famous single page application we can mention is Gmail, Google Drive, Facebook, Twitter. Besides, single page technology can boost uh, it gives a great cross-platform nature as it is supported by the most devices.
These days, definitely SPA is more in demand these days rather than having a collection of separate web pages. And plus, I think single page application is more easy to maintain as well. Do you agree?
Uh, Definitely. If I can add this to your comment, is basically the next technology for single page application is progressive web apps. Basically, progressive web apps are single page applications. That's why it's gaining very importance.
Very much in demand as well.
Yes.
Definitely. Okay, so our next question is, okay, what about web application in relation with blockchain technology?
Well, we can say blockchain is one of the rapidly emerging technology in the web development, and it offers multiple benefits, just like decreasing the financial business expense and lessens the quantity of transaction contract, enhances the cash flow providing by transparent uh, records. In terms of web development, blockchain is one of the new web development technologies that provide different advantages like smart prediction system, high web pages interactivity, data security, and safety of the transaction also.
Data is definitely very important, and the security of it definitely is a huge research is still being done over it, and new techniques are being formulated these days regarding data security. It's a separate study as well. Okay, so Asim, what about involvement of web development with respect to Internet of Things, which is a short for IoT? Normally, people call it IoT.
Well, in the simple words, this is the road. We are all working towards the world of IoTs, And the internet has changed education, management, healthcare, and even the way we interact with our friends. According to the Internet World Stats, 89.9 of the population using the internet 81 daily in North America. Considering the business aspect, most companies made their operation digital. The increased impact of internet on our lives made it possible to start an industry called Internet of Things. What does it mean? Actually, it means connecting home devices, appliances, wearable technologies to the internet. Internet of Thing makes a lot of your devices accessible via your phone. Why has IoT proved itself one of the most powerful web development trend? The matter is that IoT connected devices create constant data transferring. It allows companies to offer their services to engage with user as fast as possible, creating personalized experiences. One of the most famous IoT device example is Google Nest smart speaker. It is a smart IoT device that allow user to enjoy features like media, alarm, lights, and other functionality just with your voice. Does it make any sense for the web developer domain? For sure, IoT will create advanced communication between website layouts, operational models. The trend has a broad intensity of things like sensor, cameras, signaling equipment. It will ensure to solve client requests more efficiently and offer most relevant responses. IoT is one of the most powerful tech trends that will shape the future of web development that offers multiple benefits. One of the benefit is scalability. It assures data distribution and collection, but doesn't depend on the volume of data. Another we can talk about is about reliability. Considering data collection and delivery, IoT provides accurate results without delays and errors. We can also say that IoT provide powerful security technologies that help protect both businesses and user data also.
Okay, definitely, definitely. So, last question I want to ask, like, what are the current trends so far of web development later on in the next, let's say, in this year, 2021?
Well, we already discussed that if we talk about the current scenarios, the most important requirement current nowadays is uh, in the web development is you need to follow a full as a you need to learn you need to go for as a full stack developer. It is requirement in the market. You can go for full stack developer in both domains, as a MERN stack developer also, as a main stack developer also. Plus, you should go for progressive web apps. You should learn hybrid technology. That is the most important. You need to
That
deliver because in current requirement, in current job requirement, your client require a website as well as your app also. So if you learn hybrid development, you can satisfy your customer with the website also as well as with the mobile app also. And plus, you need to learn about how to use or develop application on the cloud information and the cloud infrastructure. This is the most important part which our student or current graduates need to learn, because in this pandemic, with the most important part, we need to know the most important factor is we should know how to use cloud. We should know how to develop application on cloud. We should also know how to use the cloud infrastructure to uh, use a legacy application or to design previous application or to develop previous application in a new cloud infrastructure. This is the most important part.
definitely, due to web development is still highly in demand, and its involvement in definite in cloud computing, blockchain, IoT, and other related growing application development areas, also including mobile apps. So definitely, it's a field, it's a skill which will be needed at least within the next 10 to 20 years as well. So, lastly, I would like to share something like the basic skills and knowledge about relevant technologies are required to getting a job in this field of web application development. Among everything to say, an urge to consistently update our knowledge base with rapid technology updates is the key to survival in this industry as well. So we also have to constantly update ourselves progressively and get to learn about what's happening these days as well. Like a few years back, we had was one technology, and now we're getting to know that in the job market, we have another new technology which is more beneficial. So it is at times a bit challenging, but it is more interesting as well. So this concludes with our webinar for today over new web technologies. Thank you, Sir Asim Riaz, for your valuable time and
Sir,
vast knowledge
thank
and
you.
experience. Thank you, everyone, with your questions. And okay, lastly, we just received one particular question. If we can entertain that, is that okay, Sir Asim?
Sure, 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 sure.
Okay. What are the minimum requirements for taking admissions in BScs?
Uh, you need 50%, and uh,
I think maybe the student can look up over the admissions website at 𝗪𝗔𝗍𝒻.edu.pk for more specific information. It's completely okay. Okay. Any other questions so far? Okay, fine. Okay, so let's conclude our webinar for today. Thank you, Sir Asim. Thank you, everyone from the audience. Take care. Allah Hafiz and good night. Take care.